Hi there, it's Nick Dutch here again. How's it going? Just wanted to quickly go over a bit of old ground, you might say. When I was a lot younger and heavily involved in the occult or the New Age or the pagan world, depending upon what you want to call it, I performed certain strange or bizarre, ritualistic and prayerful exercises for the purposes of invoking the angel of death to be present in my little ritual circle or temple area. During that time in my life, I was going through rather a lot of stress and unhappiness. After I'd done the ritual and closed my circle, so to speak, I then went to bed, and my mind was full of confusion and anger and rage, and I just thought with great passion, why must I suffer? The direction that I thought or aimed this thought at was, of course, in the middle of the circle, or the area where I had my little circle casting thing. Within a few seconds, something which felt like a static electric shock hit my head, and I heard the meanings of some words entering into my head. And the meaning was, because you chose it. So on a superficial level, it would appear that I had asked a question of something that was in the center of the circle, and I had apparently received an answer. On the same night, I went to sleep, more or less as normal, and I came to in the night, and I felt a tingling sensation on my shoulder and on my thigh. And I turned round, and I looked up, and I saw a full anatomically correct skeleton standing over my body with one hand on my right shoulder and one hand on my right thigh. On, of course, the same night in which I'd done my invocation of the angel of death. Now, to theological, religious or New Age literalists, because of course you can be a literalist in anything, you know, conservatism, liberalism, Christianity, paganism, it doesn't matter. You know, you can be a literalist in anything. If I was a theological literalist, I would say that the angel of death had really appeared there. I had seen him, I had evidence, I had proof, I knew that he existed. But fortunately for myself, I'm not a theological literalist. What I would say is I had an experience, and that experience proved one thing, and that one can have a strange experience. That's all. Nothing more and nothing less. Now, again, many, many years ago, I knew a family, a good, hard-working, decent family, and they were of the pagan, Wiccan, or witchcraft type religion, and the high priest, or the father in this case of this family, had had plenty of strange experiences, to the point whereby he said if we were to do a spring equinox celebration, we would have to do it following the tradition perfectly. You know, the lady who's playing the maiden would have to be literally a maiden, and so on and so forth. The reason for this was in case they would trample on somebody's toes. You see, the fact of the matter is, this guy, the high priest, the father, had had certain experiences which led him to believe something to the point whereby he saw it as fact. He saw it as solid, concrete evidence, namely the objective existence of certain pagan deities, certain specific pagan deities, who wanted their celebrations to occur in a certain place, in a certain way, under certain circumstances, despite the fact that this was based purely upon a certain number of strange experiences. As an experimental occultist, as someone who is prayerful and meditative like myself, I do not have and cannot under any circumstances have enough ability to prove categorically and 100% that the angel of death exists, that the god Pan or the goddess Rhiannon actually exists. This cannot be done. We can seek these strange experiences. They're enlightening. They can give us pause for thought and contemplation. But what they can't do is give us solid, 110% reliable concrete evidence that we can then state is proof, and then state that proof as fact to other people. Bear in mind that proof is merely a stage in academic discourse. It does not mean to say that the thing which is proven is 110% solid and real, as like my electronic cigarettes, this pen, my tarot cards, or me. This cannot be done. Just a few thoughts for today. Great and glorious, soon to be famous Nick Dutch, signing out for now. God and or goddess and or none of the above bless.